TGIF fam. I am VJ, and I'm reading the stuff in the bottom third. It's talking to me. Hello, hello, my new subscribers, returning subscribers, and channel members. Give yourself a big hug, and thank you all so very much. I greatly appreciate it. And if you are catching the replay, give yourself a hug and a pat on the back because you're going to miss a lot of my silliness, but that's okay. Life happens, and we're just going to soldier on. Yes, I'm putting all my words together again, but it's okay. It's what I do. And we got fam here. Chris was here. See y'all in a bit. Hi, thank you for coming in. There's my cousin Michelle. Hey there. Hey, I hope everyone is having a great week and are looking forward to the weekend. What are you sipping on and what have you finished this week? Suze is here. Hello, hello, Suzanne. Cold but sunny here. It is cold and gloomy here. We could do with a little sun. And listen to Miss 15 crochet Christmas trees. Is everyone ready for Christmas? That's why Amazon has gift cards. Chris says, blood orange circule and making mini rose crochet cuties creation by Esther. Sue says, I'm doing great this year for wrapping only three gifts left to wrap. Oh, you all are going to love this conversation. Suzanne says, I do have to go get one more and then I'm done. That's not the part you're going to love. Michelle says, Suzanne, I am both ready and completely not ready. And Sue says, that's interesting, Michelle. Well, the more I have done, the more I want to do. That's not my testimony. Chris says, wrapping? Who wraps? Reusable shopping bags and tissue paper. I can second that. I save the tissue paper. I save the gift bags. Sue says, oh, I know that feeling. And she does both. Michelle says, no wrapping gifts here. Most times I put everything in baskets. That means I have to count out my gifts and then make sure I have enough baskets and or go get, no. That's I wait until after Christmas when they mark everything down 40%. I go to Wally World or the Dollar Tree and I stock up on different size gift bags and the tissue paper, and I put them in my little Christmas tote in the basement, and I'm ready for next year. Dreeny, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And I saw that you posted an FO. Thank you, girlfriend. Gail, how you doing? Good to see you. Suzanne says that's a good idea. See, we learn something new on every live. Chris says lunchtime, med time, be right back. Girl, it's 3:50. It's almost time for dinner. Dinky Jen, you sleepy? Yeah, I went to bed early last night and woke up about 3. But I laid there until 6. I refused to get up. Suzanne says lunch closer to supper here. She's a little behind in the times. Dreeny says, I don't know why YouTube cut me off end of my name, Dreeny. Because you probably have too many numbers there. Do you actually have Dreeny on your page? Take off 2 of the numbers and see if Dreeny shows up. That's interesting. And she needs a nap. I can second that. Rita, welcome in. Hi, everyone. I made it in time. Now I just hope Mom goes to sleep soon. I gave her a shower today, and she enjoyed that. Did you shampoo her hair? Shower, shampoo, use some, lavender shampoo spray. That ought to knock her right out. Chris says, "Oh, supper time. Oh, supper time close. I'm late on lunch meds. Need to set an alarm, girlfriend. Do you have supper time meds too?" Sue says, "That's what I need to do after the live. Take a shower." If you live alone, you don't have to. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Yeah, I understand the sleepiness. Rita says, "Suzanne, I wanted to shower myself too, but I am too tired and too much pain. Weather is changing. If the weather is changing, I like a hot bath. My I feel much better when I'm in warm water with Epsom salts. When I get out, I'm good for about half an hour, and then I want to get back in the warm water. Leslie, welcome in. Good to see you. You're working on the blanket. Okay. Rita says, "Ooh, you have big boxes around you. You weren't here Wednesday?" "Oh, yes, girlfriend. I have a 20 by 20 by 15 box. This is one of five from our dear Miss Susan Vincent. Shorty and I are going to be sorting out yarn, and we are going to start having yarn sales. I've got five of these monsters full of yarn." Leslie says, "It's the summer here, 77 and mostly sunny. Grab your sunscreen and come on over, VJ." Leslie, aren't you in Colorado? Why is it 77? How did you get 77? I have to make sure this isn't Shorty beeping at me. Okay, we're good. Okay. Rita says, "Michelle, sipping on coffee. It's cold here and waiting for snow. Gave my mom a shower and new bed clothes. Made dinner and ate it too. Yay. You're starting to take care of yourself. Yay." Yeah, hang in there. That's all we can do. If you're at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. That was one of my mother's favorite sayings. There is always tomorrow. Oh, Michelle says that deserves extra ice cream. But she's cold. She's drinking coffee. You don't want to put ice cream in coffee? Nah, nah. I was thinking about ice cream and hot chocolate, but nah. Rita says, "So I am good. I miss wrapping gifts. I just tell Sunshine what his budget is, and it depends on what he needs. This year, he wanted books and clothes for Christmas and birthday. You can't make it any easier than that." Rita says, "Suze, yes, tomorrow is my day. Then my clothes I wash today will be dry." I do that too. I do the laundry, put it in the dryer, put it on top of the clean clothes basket, and that ends up being the first thing I wear. I need to I've been folding. It hasn't made it to the dresser yet, but they are getting folded. Michelle says, "Fuzzles, be right back. I still forgot to add my FO." Dawn, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? How's everything over there? Rita says, "I went to bed at 11, woke up by mom complaining that sounds like toilet that sounds like toilet need, and she did need to visit the toilet." Oh, honey, wait a minute. I just found something. And it's probably been down here forever, but you know, me, I don't go over here and see what's happening. But for you, my dear, mom did not mess the bed, so we count that as a win. That is a win. Rita says, "VJ, we washed the hair on Wednesday and showered today. I did use lavender balm on her hands for her and on the dry spots. You go, girl." Oh, you're in California. You're in San Diego. Oh, why did I want to put you in Colorado? Usually, when I go to California, it's warmer here than it is there. Mandy, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Rita says, oh, yarn sale that I am in on, and I have my address in Florida for collecting it, so we will see. Okay. And we will have several yarn sales because I got enough yarn here for a 48-hour sale, and we're not doing that. We're going to do a couple of hours at a time. And I think Miss Susan said she found more yarn. Lord. And she hasn't been under the bed yet, I don't think. Mandy says, OMG, Leslie, I am so jealous. The real field today is -7. And tomorrow it's going to be -30. Oh, holy flippin' smoke. Ooh, yeah, no. I think the coldest the coldest I remember here, it was 19 below. And yeah. Mm-mm. I you all know, below 65, I'm cold. I'm not happy. I want no parts of it. Carol, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Rita's laughing at Michelle. Ice cream and coffee is fantastic. You two scare me. You're gonna put ice cream in your coffee. I'll put Kahlua on my ice cream, but not coffee. Dawn says, now I want coffee flavored ice cream. There you go. And we've got a what's it called? Espresso almond or almond espresso. It's coffee ice cream with almonds in it. I got my coffee. I got my nuts. I'm a happy baby. Yeah. Leslie says, eat, Mandy. My lowest has been 19 in Oklahoma. Maureen, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you. My crochet story. That's Stina. Stina? Okay, you have to tell me if you're Stina or Maureen. I need my channel names. I can't do it like this. But welcome in. Good to see you. And you can program the heat and the massage for your recliner up in the den. Carol says, I'm cold, having a cup of tea and cookies. That works as well. Roberta, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for lurking. We're okay with that. Rita says, thank you. No, she is really good in telling me when she needs to go. Sometimes the bed is wet, but that is not often. That is excellent. That is excellent. I'm glad you said hi, Rita, Roberta, because I want to know you're here. Roberta and I ran into each other. We're going to see what happened. Mandy says, we've gotten down to 60 below before. That's why I don't live up there. That prime reason. Hi, Victoria. I'm working on a blanket right now. Have chiropractor today. Nursing bruised ribs at the moment. Did you fall? Oh, my. Roberta has conditions are fair, and it's 47 degrees. Wind is 8 miles per hour, and the humidity is 44%. That's not lovely, but that's not too bad. It's better than what I have, which is 37 degrees. Wind is 7 miles per hour, and the humidity is 77%. Yeah, it looked like it was going to snow all day yesterday. And they predicted it was going to snow yesterday, but it didn't. Minnesota is not for the faint of hearts. Neither is Michigan. Mm-mm. Neither is okay. Dreeny's got 66. Oh, you make me tired. Michelle is back. Mission accomplished. Yay. Rita says, yes, ice cream in my coffee is a coffee milkshake. You are Maureen. Thank you. Because you and Stina have similar channel names, and I just cannot these days. This @ and stuff is messing with my poor feeble brain. But thank you for being here, Maureen. I greatly appreciate it. I love all the ice cream and coffee. Ah! Lydia, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Thank you for coming. Okay, I am going to try to get the chat in between the FOs because we got a lot of them. And I've been talking for quite some time, and you all are just the absolute best. I love you. But in the meantime, we got stuff we need to see here. And thank you, everybody who sent something in. Laurie says, this is a diamond painting Christmas card I finished yesterday. And the talent, and I'm just going to be quiet because it's not working for me today. But you all find the prettiest stuff to work on. You really do. That is so stinking cute. Ooh wee. Laurie, that's really pretty. Victoria, look up. You need to knit one of these. You and your color work. That is so pretty. Rita, you're a busy woman, so I'm not going to challenge you. That is really pretty. Rita saying hi to Big Sis. Suze says, I was going to ask where you live to make sure I don't go too cold. I know. I know. Dreeny says, I'm working on not falling asleep and my second Christmas stocking. Go ahead with your bad self. Victoria says, I was cleaning off my friend's car on Wednesday when it snowed, then kind of did the splits on the snow. Woo! Didn't fall, but body went one way and feet went the other. Ouch. 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 Last time I did a split, I tore a tendon in my hip. That was 0 on the fun scale. Michelle says, I think I got everyone, but hello to anyone I may have missed. I hope you are all doing well, and please hit the like button. Kitty, welcome in. Sneak and lurk, sneak and lurk. It is allowed. You can go and set the recliner to your specifications. Mirabelle, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Now you want more coffee. Michelle Rita says you can get more coffee. Michelle says, does ice cream and coffee my way count as Irish coffee? I'm not going there. I'm not going there. It is pretty. That is absolutely darling. Victoria says, funny story. I was given a similar pattern, but for someone for an ugly sweater party for next year. Honey, that's too pretty to be an ugly sweater. That is a pretty sweater. No, that's not a sweater. That's a diamond painting, Dawn. That is diamond painting. Isn't that pretty? Carol says hi to everybody she missed. Everybody, just say hi, and it includes everyone. Rita says, I will not start more sweaters. Let's finish things first. My goal for 2026 is for once finish or frog stuff. I do not want to get it down. I do want to get it down. I have done a lot of the things I had. Okay. Laurie says, I just made it in. Welcome in, girlfriend. Good to see you. I know, Dawn. Isn't that gorgeous? Dawn was like, wow, that's an amazing sweater. And she laughs with lots of pretty paint. I know. I opened my email and I looked at this and I was like, OMG. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. But wait, There's more. She also finished a kitty bed for Crafty Witch's new kitty. I can hear the purring already. That looks so soft and squishy. I can hear the oh, you walked away. Don't walk away. You never know what's happening over here. Victoria says, yeah, I'm working on my whips so I can start making stuff from my current list of to-dos. That works. Yes, those colors are happiness. You're yeah. I hear a very happy kitty in the future. I really do. She's gonna love that, Laurie. Going to love that. Okay. Then we have Trey has a half double crochet front post, back post hat patterned by E&D Creation. Oh, E&D. Go ahead with your bad self, Trey. Susan, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. How are you? Rita says, I am also practicing on my knitting machine. Not sure if I want the tubes that tight, but will know when I have toes and heels on the first pair and wash them. Remember, you can always double strand it. Chris says, FYI, these hooks from Noreen are just great. Okay. FYI, we are still selling furls and clover hooks. Rita says they do say they are to be tight, so that means I have skinny enough yarn then. Okay. It is a beautiful. We have such talented people here. We really do. I love this. Sarah says, oh, wait a minute, Trey put something else in here. Oh, he did a side view. Oh, yes, we have to have profile. That reminds me of the skull caps we used to make back in the day. Rita says, VJ, no, I can't double strand. It is not working with the machine. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm out of suggestions. You'll work it out. I have great faith in you. I'm sorry. You'll do it. Sarah says, Christmas stockings, only 7 more to go. 6 are for commission after she saw them. Excellent. Excellent. I don't think you would have a problem with that. Commissions are always welcome, unless it's for amigurumi. I'm glad I have friends that do amigurumi. Oh, how cute. Oh, how cute. You go, girl. 6 down, 7 to go. Oh, Laurie says, thanks everyone. I really do enjoy those Christmas card diamond paintings. And that loopy yarn for the cat gan is so soft and squishy. It looks that way. Susan says, I have a former colleague coming over for tea. I'll try to get Ryan to put his neighborhood friend out. A beautiful kitty who walks right in. You gotta love it. He just walks right in, says hello. As long as he doesn't make a mess, I guess it's okay. The only thing about outdoor cats, I am afraid of fleas. If they belong to somebody, chances are that they've got a flea collar or have had a flea treatment. But stray cats, sometimes they have fleas, and I don't want them in the house. We had fleas in the house when I was little, and I never want to have that happen again. Mandy is showing us her knitting machine hat. Go ahead, Mandy, with your bad self. Because we had a dog and a cat, and they both went outside, and yeah, I don't like fleas. Wow. Go ahead, Mandy, with your bad self. That is nice. Laurie's laughing. She says, Susan, everyone needs a neighbor cat. That's how my father-in-law gets most of his cats. They just, well, he lives, out in the country, so people, unfortunately, come by and dump their animals. That's really rude. That is lovely, Red. That is really pretty. You all find the prettiest yarn, I must say. Pretty yarn. And Mandy, Dreamy can tell you about getting an electric screwdriver to hook to your machine to make it go faster without running your wrist. Because she's got that down to an art and a science. Mandy says, my capybara, my daughter named him Jimmy. Jimmy the capybara. Okay. Oh, he's so cute. Did you make two? Because you know your daughter's going to take that one. And then she probably has a friend that's going to want one. And, you can't just make one. Susan says, I am worried too. Not a stray. He has a home. Oh, well, then he probably does not have fleas if he has a home. Yay. Yay. Mandy says, she brought Jimmy to show and tell today at school. Oh, Lord. I'm going to be quiet. Dreeny says, for sure, that's the best thing since sliced bread, Mandy. Dreeny will tell you all about using an electric screwdriver and how not to strip your machine. That is a good job, isn't it, Carol? You all are so stinking talented. Mandy also has a little dragon buddy. Mandy. Mandy. Look at those eyes. Oh my goodness. Mandy says, I have seen that as an option. My shoulder was so sore after making a few things with it. Yeah. Dreeny says that the screwdriver that she gets doesn't strip your gears like the, what is it, the gun, Dreeny? Mandy says, my husband said I just need to work out more. Of course he would. Pebbly Pool, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Kitty wants a real capybara. What are you going to do with it? It's just another mouth to feed. Jen says, my knitting machine arrived yesterday. Yay! A Christmas present from my daughter. And no, I'm not getting a drill. I will hand crank. Go ahead with your bad self. Go right on ahead. If you wish to crank, crank away. I'm finding things on here. I have been experimenting. Okay, we're done with that. Moving right along. Kristen, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. How are you? Nightbot is talking about all the channel members. Thank you so much. Jen says, hi, Carol, and all I missed while I napped. I'm sorry, you're so tired. Drini says, Jennifer, not a drill, an electric screwdriver. I don't know. They may not have them in the UK. I don't know what's available. Sarah says, hello, this is Sarah's son, Tyler. She is driving right now. We appreciate everything. Happy holidays. Well, Tyler, thank you so much for typing for your mom. We greatly appreciate it. And she does beautiful work. She really does. You have a very talented mother. It is cute. Laurie tells Dinky Jen she always hand cranks. Okay. I don't have a machine, so I don't have muscles, but all suggestions are greatly appreciated. Mandy says, yeah, I heard if you add a drill, it'll ruin your machine, but an electric screwdriver isn't as intense as a drill. I went to the dentist today. Mouth is not working, but it's Friday. So the mouth also does not work on Friday. But I'm going to use the dentist as an excuse for today, because Monday I'll have to come up with another excuse. I try to read faster than my mouth will go. Our dear darling Sunitha. Oh my gosh, that's too stinking cute. She says, Como Hooded Scarf by Leela Bjorn, 5 skeins of yarn bee pearl spun in Malayan garnet, lined with yarn bee fur the moment in frosted mauve. That's mauve? Frosted mauve took me 11 days, only a few hours a day. Hey, 11 days is not bad. Not at all. You got all the stuff going on here. Hold on, everybody. Don't run away. No, wrong button. This button first, then that button. Much better. That is too stinking cute. I've got that light fixture in my kitchen. It is a bear to change the light bulb. If I had known it before I put it in the house, I would have put something different in the house. But she has boys to change her bulbs for her. Jen says, I don't want to tamper with things like that, Dreeny, but thank you. Thank you, Pebbles. The dentist works. Yeah, I'll take it for today. Carol says, I had my eyes closed. I got a headache, Jennifer. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you squeeze your pressure point? Roberta says, if the company was smart, they'd sell an attachment for it. I second that, because you have to buy the roll counter extra. Dreeny says, I got mine from Walmart, and they also sell motors for them on Amazon, and I have one of those too. Dreeny's a gadget girl like me. Rita says, my knitting machine is a Dean and Bean 3D printed one with steel needles. It is easy to crank on, and I had 3 pair of tubes done really fast. Okay. I knew you meant really. Sarah's laughing by way of Tyler. I know she is. Maybe that's where I get my creativity from. Claim it, Tyler. She is also the reason I'm a goofball. But it's not bad being a goofball. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Kristen says, I'm using an electric screwdriver right now, making hats on my Addy. It's the only way to go. See, Kristen, you and Drini feel the same way about it. Isn't that cozy? Michelle says, coffee and a hot dog. The baby is demanding extra peaches. At least your baby likes peaches. Get a baby a hot dog. Yeah, she did great. She really did great. Welcome in, Laura. How are you? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Yes, we love the goofballs. That's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still here. Okay, and then Mandy, as if Mandy hadn't worked enough already, she says, and just finished my mom's poncho for Christmas, patterned by Bag a Day. Your mom is going to love that. How far does it come down on her, Mandy? Does it come down to her knees, or is it like a little poncholet? Oh, she's gonna love that. She's gonna love that. Granny, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Granny, did you give me my parking pass? Because I wasn't able to get my ticket. The machine was frozen when I came over. Michelle says he ate a hot dog at lunch. I was just eating. Oh, it comes down to your waist. Okay. Yay. Yay. Oh, she doesn't like them really long. I like them down to my knees because if I have them at my waist, you can see all the junk that's in my trunk. We try to minimize that. Minimize that. Granny is saying hi to everyone. Mandy says it might look longer though because my mom and I are both 5'9". Actually, I was thinking it was short. You're 5'9"? Ooh. We're not gonna go with the 5 foot and the 5'1" and the 5'2" now. Shorty is up to 4'8". She's getting there. Sue, good Lord, Sue's. Sue says winter Christmas stocking pattern by Rich Texture Crochet. You got it done. Oh my gosh. And for those who weren't here before, Suzanne's husband decorated the mantle. He took everything off the mantle that was there and put her work on the mantle. Now that's a husband for you. You got that stocking done. That is gorgeous. And you got the trees on there. Oh, Suzanne, stand up and curtsy. You can't even take a bow. You do the curtsy. That is gorgeous. I want one of those so bad. Maybe when I grow up I'll make one. That is too stinking cute. I can see that in all the colors. I love that. Oh, thank you for the parking pass, Granny. Better late than never. Mandy's laughing at me. I'm actually the shortest person in my family. Girlfriend. Well, no, because you and your mom are the same height, so you're not the shortest. You got a twin. Isn't that gorgeous? I was like, now there is nothing better for a craft because most of us craft and the family rolls their eyes to have somebody actually support your crafts. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Isn't that pretty, Dawn? I love that. And I have never seen a white tree that I liked, but your tree is really pretty. I like that golden bronze. That is pretty. Granny says, "Oh, I wish I were 5'9" or taller. I like being short. I just need to be thinner." You are so welcome, Suzanne. And Tell your husband from me, thank you, because we all need spouses who appreciate our works. He's a treasure. That is beautiful. Mandy says my hubby is shorter than me, and his entire family is shorter than me. Would it have anything to do with their nationality? I'm just asking, because I can see that. Jen, you're the shortest in your family. Mandy's baby brother is 6'5". Holy smokes. Marsha, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming over here. Thank you so much for that. Okay, Suzanne. And Marsha, we do Make Along Monday where we share what we're making for gifts or charity. Uh, a a comment drops on Facebook. Well, you've seen the comments because you're over on Facebook, but you are welcome to put your whatever you're gifting in the comment for Monday. On Wednesday, we show everybody's whips, and on Friday, we show everybody's FO, and that's what we're doing currently. We are showing FOs that have been put in the group. So thank you so much for coming over. Mandy is laughing. Oh, it definitely does. I look like a Scandinavian giant next to them. I'm trying not to offend anybody about this, but I've seen your family. It was like, okay, because I want to know where your girls got the dark hair from. I want to see, and it's like, oh, I see. Yay, Mandy. Roberta says, I know I showed the first two, but now the tree bringer is done. Oh, you got a tree bringer. I got it. The woman I made them for has a daughter. She called the three wise gnomes. She called them the three wise gnomes. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do with these kids? Oh, well, her daughter's probably grown, but still. So you got one bringing a candy cane, one bringing I don't know what that yellow thing is, and one bringing a tree. O-M to the G. Yep, those are the three wise gnomes. Go ahead with your bad self, Roberta. Go ahead. Dreenie said, oh, Dreenie's running from me now, but I'm coming back. Dreenie, stop that. You're supposed to be, oh, it's a present. Thank you, Roberta. Dreenie's saying to Suzanne, wait until she shows mine because I love doing mosaic, but yours is gorgeous too. I love it. I'm getting there, Dreenie, but yours is kind of low down there. I'm getting there. Laurie says, my youngest daughter is just 5 foot and I am 5'5". I understand. Uh, Shorty and I are the shortest two in the house. Susan says the cat has no collar, but I know where he lives. I automatically started itching. Oh gosh, Susan, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know this is that subliminal thing. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. That's like when I was in the hospital, and the minute we had to dress up for isolation, with the yellow gown and the gloves and the mask and the hats and everything, I would automatically start itching. And it's like, oh, come on now. I don't have time for this because I'm not going to undress, scratch, and redress. But put all the garb on, yeah, you start itching. Sandrine, I got to you, girlfriend. You can go to sleep in a minute. Dreeny says Christmas stocking with presents and reindeer. See, I hear Shorty's bus. And I saw little feet go by, but they aren't her feet. There she is. Oh, she brought her violin home. Oh, that's right. She's got a concert on Sunday. It's gonna be cold. Oh my god. No, I did it again. I hit it, but it didn't switch over. There. Hit it a little harder. And that's Mosaic Dreamy. Go ahead with your bad self. Yeah, when I we went to an exhibit and they had reindeer, antelope, and deer, and I'm walking around trying to figure out what is the difference between them because they all look the same to me. But what do I know? I'm gonna have to ask Alexa. Roberta says, I have been thinking of doing Snow White, etc. as gnomes. Oh my. Now that would be interesting. A Snow White gnome. I'm thinking that, Granny. I can actually see it. Thank you, Dinky Jen. I'll tell her you said hi. Ooh, Doctor Who. Who said Doctor Who? Where Doctor Who? Did I miss Doctor Who? I don't know. Marcia says it's supposed to snow here in Maryland tomorrow and Sunday. Ooh, child. See, that's why I live in the Midwest and it's cold enough for me. I'll pray for you all. But see, you all know how to drive up there. I'm sure. Well, I'll take that back. Marcia, do they know how to drive up there? Because the problem down here is from one winter to the next winter, they forget how to drive in snow. It's like it's all new. They've never had snow before. Jen says, I saw the blue and thought of Doctor Who. She's laughing. Nice drink. You saw the blue and thought of Doctor Who. Okay. Okay. We talked about Doctor Who's scarf a couple days ago, didn't we? And you will have another finish by next Friday. Don't stress your wrists. You know, you just got to the point where you could crochet again. Take it easy on yourself. Mandy says, Roberta, that would be so cute. I agree. I agree. And you know, Sunitha and I are all about the blue, Dreamy. Pebbles, uh, I'm sure Marcia would send you a little snow. Michelle and I will happily send you snow. Lori says, me too, Dinky Jen. I thought it was a Dalek at the top. Oh my. Michelle is laughing. Never do voice to text. It adds everything. I can't do voice to text because they never understand what I'm saying. Roberta says, sounds like a set gold preemie. Excuse me. Sounds like a set gold preemie. Looking forward to it. Oh, you're going to make them small? Kitty says, no one on the East Coast off the farm knows how to drive. Tinky Jen says, I was thinking more of the TARDIS, Laurie. You all. Marcia says, that's what you think. It's the same all over. People think they can drive the same way like the roads are clear. There's no hope, is there? I thought it was just the Midwest. They do that all over? Man. At least we're in good company, I guess. Michelle says, I am taking snow waters for those who want some. That way I don't have to have any. You can send them mine as well. Mandy's laughing at Kitty. I've been to the East Coast and I have to agree. Dreamy says, I will put his initials on it too. Where are you going to put the initials? Kitty says, for those who grew up learning to drive those tractors on farmland, learned all conditions. I learned to drive in high school during the fall season. I think we had two classes. They did the first class first. What was it, September and October, or maybe it was October and November. I got the second half of the class, which was like it was either November and December or December and January. But I got the winter part when I learned how to drive. So I guess it made me a better driver. But yeah, I got the tough months. Mandy says, and when out of towners drive here in the snow, we know you're not from here. Ooh. Laurie says, I thought tortoise too, Jen, but then it was too much white for that. Susan says, all we need is a little rain here in California for people to lose their minds. The same here, Susan, but I wasn't going to say that because, we don't get that much rain. But when we get rain, like March, we get rain for about the whole month of March. And yeah, people have, they've lost their minds. Chris has made a rosette out of scrap cotton. She's made another one, and this one is also pretty. Rita says, I will take all the snow everyone don't want to have. You can have mine. Drini says, at the top cuff. Okay. Susan says, Michelle says to Susan, I can't even imagine. Laurie says, in Colorado, the bigger the truck, the more ridiculous they drive in the snow. You have snow for months in Colorado. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. But you have snow for months. That looks really, really soft, Chris. That looks really, really soft. I don't know if I would want to wash dishes with that. That looks like a nice facial poof. I know it's not a poof, but it looks like that. Because my mind just lost the word. Mandy says, same here, Lori. They always zoom by, and then I see them a few miles down the road in a ditch. Oh, and don't forget that they jackknife. Yep. And roll over, and oh, it's a mess. Roberta says, I remember when I was 4, my dad set the truck in gear and told me to keep it straight while they picked up the bales. At 4? Oh, Lord. Granny says, me too, Rita. In North Carolina, we hardly ever get snow anymore. Granny, you're going to have to come west. Laurie says, you're not wrong. There's no excuse for the stupid driving. Thank you. That's what I was thinking, Michelle. Scrubby or exfoliant? Thank you. Not poof. Scrubby. Thank you. See, that's why I love my cousin, because she knows what I'm trying to say. I can't have a live without my cousin Michelle, because it's not pretty. Marcia says, one year my sister-in-law and brother got caught in one of those snow accidents, and they were stuck out there for two days with no food, water, or bathrooms. People were stranded. Wait a minute. Marcia, 2 days in the snow on the highway with no bathrooms. I was stuck for an hour and I was having all kinds of issues. I ate my whole entire lunch because I was caught in between exits. And I kept talking to my coworker who was up ahead of me, trying to figure out what was going on. Yeah, when I finally got to the exit, I got off and I went through the city, I avoided the city because the city is plowed last, the highways are plowed first, but the cities were much better that day. BJ does an amazing job with this live streaming. Never been fun for me. I'm sorry. I love it. Well, I don't like editing, so I don't have to edit lives. Kitty says, as we're talking about driving or the inability to do so, East Coasters drive on wet leaves like they're driving dune buggy in sand and wonder why they're turning upside down in the peanut field. Roberta says that was the same year they set me on the chute with a sprinkler attachment that debuggered the cattle and sent the cattle through. At 4, you were either very, very responsible or they didn't care much about you. Chris says, however you want to use it, it's okay. Thank you, Chris. It looks so soft and squishy. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Granny says, as what Granny said, oh my gosh, for 2 days, I'd be froze to death in just a few hours and zero bathroom would be awful. I'd be outside leaving my stuff in the snow. Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe both. That would be me because my dentist asked me today, was I taking a diuretic? And I said, no, I just drink a lot of coffee. She says, oh, okay. I was just wondering. It's like, I just drink a lot of coffee. You said you'd be back, so while you're gone, I'm just gonna go. Chris also has a dish scrubby or washcloth. See, she was thinking about me. Playing with creating flowers into squares. Flower center is 100% hand dyed cotton, variegated. Square is 100% cotton, Himalaya denim, 115 09 green, 4 millimeter inline hook. Look at you giving me all the deets. Look at you giving me all the deets. That actually looks too pretty to use. That would be very good for between your toes. You could do pedicures with that. Roberta says it was actually the best way to keep me out of the way. But the first time I would tell one of my kids to hold this like this and not to do something else, they would do it just to see what happened. They were like, I just wanted to see. Jen says coffee is a diuretic. My mom only drinks 2 per day and none before we head out shopping. I know. I know. I don't take prescribed diuretics. I drink my diuretics because I like it. Roberta says, Granny, if you collect snow to drink, be careful which snow you collect. And make sure it's in your yard and you scrape off the top layer and get the snow from underneath. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was taught that as a little one. Kitty says, get Laurie to do one worth. Get Laurie to do one worth. Get favorite Scrubbies yarn. Get Laurie to do one with. Thank you. Favorite Scrubby yarn. Whew. You made me work hard for that kitty with her. That's why I've had to start proofreading my messages before I send them because it looks right on my screen. And when I hit send, I look at it and it's like, oh Lord, that's all wrong. I do that. Roberta says, Mandy, do you carry the emergency survival can in the winter? Ooh. Granny says, yep, Roberta, like Frank Zappa sang, don't eat the yellow snow. But you know what? If it's in the summertime and you have on a sundress, it's one thing. If it's in the wintertime and you have on layers and layers and layers of clothes, that's gonna be really hard. Michelle says this is the Emberfell cowl by JTYA, made with Red Heart Super Saver in Icelandic. I'm glad you told me that was Icelandic because I thought it was camouflage. I'm glad you told me that. Kitty says don't eat the brown snow either. You all. Don't eat the red snow either. Now you got to make a hat to go with that. Because you know I love me some Icelandic. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Marcia says, do you all make snow cream using snow after the first and second snow? When mom was living, she used to make it for us. I made it once and I decided that trying to use that, my problem was the ice and the salt. I don't mind making the snow ice cream, but trying to crank that stuff, yeah, I didn't love it. This is why you stay in the corner. And then I got one of those electric ones, and I haven't tried it since. Roberta says a metal number 10 can with a candle and a lighter, shelf stable snacks. A number 10 can with a candle and a lighter is a shelf stable snack. I have looked at some of those and how you can make a stove with bricks and kindling and whatnot. It does look, it looks, thank you. It's not just me. We know sometimes it's me, but it was just the lighting because it looks camouflage. But I'm glad she told me it was Icelandic. I love me some Icelandic. Michelle also has the Sweet Karma Cowl by JTYA, which, if you don't know, that's Juan the Yarn Addict. Excuse me, made with Big Twist Pound Plus in ivory. Yeah, it's her lighting because to me, this looks more of a tan than an ivory. A light tan, a light beige. But it's still pretty. I don't care what color it is. You need a hat to go with that one too, Michelle. And I'm glad she's at home so she can't throw something at me. I'd be dodging yarn. Just don't get snow from driveway rock. Oh Lord, you right, you right. Nope, not from the driveway, from the yard. Granny says love snow cream, and I made it with the first snow and beyond. We used to get snow in my youth. Yep, I have to go see because I've got the ice cream maker out in the garage. I just haven't used it in forever because that rock salt and the ice cubes was a pain in the drain. And then they had the thing where you used a can and put it inside of a can and you rolled it up and down the driveway. And I was like, yeah, no. Michelle also, good gosh, cousin. Uh, Michelle says this is the Snowflake Granny Square blanket. I changed the border, made with Premier Just Yarn in garnet, forest, and white. And for those new to the channel, I have that exclamation because my dear cousin, hi Jeanette, thank you for lurking. I appreciate you being here. Has sewn all these lovely, lovely squares together. And if you know VJ does not sew squares together. But that's gorgeous. One day I'm going to sit down and learn how to do join as you go, but it's not going to be anytime soon. It's on my list of things to do, but I keep finding other things to put on my list of things to do. I'm going to be like MTL Michael, and my list is going to be from the top of the ceiling down to the floor because there's always something I want to do. And my name is VJ. I am part of the Slow Crow crew. It just is. It just is. I'm trying to get our parking pass. Granny says she gave me one. You're going to have to validate this for me, Granny, because this is not working. There we go, in my favor. Please validate my parking card. Okay. Yeesh. That's pretty, Michelle. That's really pretty. I love that. I would never make it, but I love it. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, look at me. I got to the last one. Let me refresh because we know Facebook does not give me new additions. I was laughing because I looked at Sunitha's whole pic because I just blew it up so you could see the cowl, but she's standing there with her arms crossed and that smirk on her face. I'm not going to blow it up this time. But you can see why I was laughing. She like, yeah, I got it done. So that light, that little thing in the center. Wait a minute, now I can blow it up. I got time. That little thing in the center, you unscrew it and you have to hold that dome. And I didn't know it the first time I did it. That whole dome comes down and you have to sit that dome somewhere when you change the bulb. So I'm trying to unscrew this little thing. And I'm holding the top like this. And then the whole thing starts to shift. And I put my hand like this, which was a good thing because the whole thing came down in my hand. And I'm standing here with this little piece and this big bowl. And I'm like, oh, holy heck. And I'm on a ladder. So I very gently got down off the ladder, put the bowl in the sink to wash, went back up the ladder, changed the bulbs, went back down, dried the bowl, and then I had to hold it and screw that thing back up there. And I do not work well over my head. If I can look straight and go down, we're good. But if I have to look up and work above my head, it's not a good time. It's really not a good time. Okay, let me catch up with the chat here. Jeanette loves lurking. I lurk a lot. I really do. I lurk a lot. Chris says, Kitty, I made scrubbies with scrubby yarn too. Mm-hmm. I have as well. Everybody is speaking. Oh yeah, that's Laurie. I've seen Laurie. We made snow cream by hand. Next giveaway in your Gmail. I've been to my Gmail. Up. Oh, Susan, seriously? Lady. Okay. Um we have 6 skeins and 2 balls. Color number 6, fallen leaves. Let me see if I can read it from the other one. It looks like a jumbo. It's the jumbo untwined with the thread around it. Oh my goodness. Chunky Lane Epasse Grusso. 27 yards, 35 millimeters, 5.2 ounces. Oh, thank you. Put it in ounces. And it's acrylic. So it's just the yarn is not plied, and it has thread that is spirally wound around it to hold it together by loops and thread. Woo. Mercy. Hi, Sunita. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Well, Marcia, thank you for being here because that is the only way you can get this yarn. Hi, Sandra. How are you? And I'm just going to say hi to everybody because, yeah, so you say. We're going to get this giveaway started. Let's get it started. And then I can catch up in the chat while we do this. So if you are interested in possibly winning this chunky yarn, and there's a hook. I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't know what kind of hook we got here. What kind of hook is it, Miss Susan? Yes, Anita is so doggone cute. You only need 4 hands to change the bulb. I know. And I'm short up on this daggum ladder. I have such a headache, but powering through this hooded scarf. Honey, take you some Tylenol, lay down for a minute, and then come back to it. Okay. All right, everybody stop chatting for just a second. If you are interested in the yarn, type chunky, CHUNKY in the chat. And StreamYard will pull a name. Miss Susan doesn't know what kind of hook it is. It's a wooden one. Okay. Also a wooden hook. So if you are not interested in working with the chunky yarn and or a wooden hook, please do not put chunky in the chat. Leave the prize for somebody who would actually appreciate it and use it, because we have more giveaways to do. Well, that is not what I wanted to do quite yet. I am trying. Oh, man. Okay. There we go. Let's see. I'm sorry, you have to finish it. Yeah, Pebbles is praying. Thank you, Pebbles. Yeah, because Miss Susan has several different giveaways she wants to do. So if you don't want if you won't use a wooden hook, or you aren't interested in the chunky yarn, please save the entries for those who will actually use it. And for any of the giveaways we're doing, please do not put your name in if you are not actually wanting to use the item, because we got other things going on. Save it for somebody who does. Has everybody put chunky in the chat? Because Granny D's going to be going live in a second So we're gonna have StreamYard start picking the well, this is gonna be easy, Miss Marcia. I guess she does, but just for S and giggles, we're gonna draw. Congratulations, Miss Marcia. Please email Miss Susan. Let me put her email out here with your snail mail address, and she will get the yarn to you. This is Miss Susan's email. Congratulations. Thank you all for spending this last hour with me. You could have spent it anywhere, but you chose to spend it with me, and I do not take it lightly. Everybody sit your chair in the upright position. Fasten your seatbelts because Bonnie's not here. I'm driving. And we are going to do a BJ raid over to Granny D. Thompson's. Have a safe weekend. Bye bye. Oh, crikeys. I don't know what. Oh, why is it muted? Technology.